from the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Mahua Moitra has specialized in trolling. She's a well-known troll. Under investigation for bartering her parliamentary privileges for personal benefits from a corporate house, which she's being investigated for. Mahua Moitra has a very dubious record anyway, we all know about that. Now, as part of her trolling as a career troll, she is now questioned using the most misogynistic, the most dirty, the most sexist language. She has asked why the chief of the National Commission for Women, Rekha Sharma, had an umbrella being carried for her, as you see here in these pictures, on a visit to the site of the Hathras tragedy. These are the pictures. In her usual obnoxious style, her toxic style, her uncivilized style, Mohua has said that Rekha Sharma couldn't hold the umbrella for herself because, in her words, I hate to repeat these dirty words of her, but I have to. She says she was too busy holding up her boss's pajamas. She says, and let me put that graphic on air, that she's too busy holding up her boss's pajamas. This is the kind of dirty language, the low-level language that one has come to expect from a person like Mahua Moitra. Only this time she ended up embarrassing herself because the internet soon became a blaze of these kind of pictures. Viewers, look at this. Mahua Moitra with her henchmen holding umbrellas up for her. Look at that, just look at that. While she was posing for the cameras. And also, to further embarrass her, umbrellas being held up, there you are, for her boss, Mamata Banerjee as well. Take a look at these pictures, viewers, and think. Viewers, the larger point is that a person toxic, misogynistic, like Mahua Moitra, believes that any attention is good. And a fundamental philosophy, therefore, is that she should go to any extent, including, take a look at this, showing a finger on national television, and happy thinking she's become famous for it when confronted by me with a question that she obviously was intellectually inept to answer. Or, let me give you another example, using a dirty cuss word in parliament. Let's take a look.
A person who has to fulfill these. And if you consider this after 10 years also, there are a lot of this. A person who has to fulfill these. And if you consider this after 10 years also, there are a lot of this. A person who has to fulfill these. And
so, ladies and gentlemen, my question is tonight, a person who talks like her, behaves like her, is she really the best that the India Alliance have to offer as their leader? Because the India Alliance has decided that Mahua Moitra should be made to emerge as the face and the voice of the India Alliance. But my question is tonight, given her behavior, her track record, does the India Alliance stand to lose its credibility further by pushing Mahua Moitra as their face and their voice? Debating one tonight, viewers, Mahua Moitra. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, I think it's being mild by saying that she's at it again. She's a disgrace. The way she's behaving, her language is disgraceful. Debate number 2 tonight, viewers, at 8:35 p.m. Now, Rahul Gandhi has made it his life's agenda to question Agniveer. You may have problems with the scheme, but you can't lie. And when it comes down to the Indian army having to tell Rahul Gandhi that he's wrong, Rahul Gandhi should begin to ask why he's playing China's agenda by repeating these lies. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number 3 tonight. I have a problem with the fact that, and I'm sure you do as well, that people like Amrit Pal, people like Rashid Engineer, people who are against India, people who are for terrorism, are being sworn in as members of parliament. If we can change our criminal and penal laws, why can't we change the laws to stop terrorists and people supporting terrorism from being in our parliament? That's debate number 3. And here are the headlines, ladies and gentlemen, this Friday evening on the Debate Tonight. Mahua Moitra in huge controversy once again by making a crass, sexist, misogynistic and very dirty remark against the NCW chief. NCW chief Rekha Sharma has threatened to drag her to court. But where are her pseudo-liberal feminist lectures now? Mahua Moitra's behavior, her language, her toxic conduct has really shaken up even the ecosystem which has got used to supporting her so far. Rahul's parliament lie fails completely and falls flat as the Indian army is forced to fact-check him. After the fact-check by the Indian army, it's my view that he should put a pause on bringing the military of India into his political opposition to the government. It's really time to draw the line after the army fact-check. Out on parole, secessionist engineer Rashid and Khalistani supporter, terrorist supporter Amrit Pal take oath as parliamentarians. But why are we allowing this? Our parliament is not for anarchists. And in a historic defeat for the Tories, Rishi Sunak has lost the elections in the United Kingdom. He has taken responsibility for the massive loss, and Keir Starmer has taken over as the new Prime Minister of Britain. And ladies and gentlemen, it takes an incomprehensible level of entitlement for people like Mahua Moitra to act and abuse in the dirty way that they do. She was just suspended from the 17th Lok Sabha not long ago, and now she's back at it again in the new parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, the language she's using, the way she's speaking is inexplicable. In my view, it's an absolute disgrace.
Ethics committee. Asking also the filthy questions. Where's tears and eyes? We're making up any rubbish. Tears in your eyes. You see my eyes at the tears.
Insult, abuse, vulgarity and sexism. Mohua Moitra has achieved it all this time. In a vulgar display, the Trinamool Congress MP, while responding to a post on Rekha Sharma, said that the NCW chief is quote-unquote busy holding up her boss's pajamas. The NCW chief is set to move court.
This fight, I'm not going to leave like this. This is high time that women should protect themselves, and when I'm teaching others, I should be example. I should be leading by example. So I will take her to the court.
This is not the first time that Mahua has indulged in coarse language and behavior. Watch how the TMC MP showed a finger on live television during her interview with Republic Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami. Now hear this, a cuss word from the TMC MP in the parliament. Look at how she got in a scuffle even with security, as if she's entitled and can get away with it. What's shocking is that Mahua Moitra's judgment of Rekha Sharma is coming even after Moitra was the one suspended in the 17th Lok Sabha over cash for query charges. Mahua was expelled after the ethics panel had leveled charges of serious misdemeanor, highly objectionable conduct among others.
उनकी जो भी बात उन्होंने कही है महिला होने के बावजूद मुझे लगता है वो पूरी नारी शक्ति के लिए एक बहुत ही भद्दा इल्ज़ाम है और बहुत ही घिनौनी बात है। इस तरह की पजामेबाजी की बातों से महुआ मोइत्रा बचें।
इस प्रकार का ट्वीट आने पर क्या महुआ मोइत्रा पर कार्रवाई होगी? क्या उनको एमपी पद से बर्खास्त करेगी टीएमसी? आज सवाल ये बनता है कि महिलाओं के विषय में बोलने वाली प्रियंका चतुर्वेदी, प्रियंका वाड्रा, राहुल गांधी, खड़गे जी, सोनिया जी, आम आदमी पार्टी ये चुप क्यों है?
This time, Mahua has overshot it and is likely to face the court once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, to defend the indefensible tonight, I have Arka Kumar Nag of the Trinamool Congress and Shazia Ilmi, spokesperson of the BJP. It's a serious matter. The tweet says, Arka, when an ex-journalist says, why can't she carry her own umbrella? When an ex-journalist says, why can't she carry her own umbrella? Mahua Moitra, referring to the picture of NCW chairperson Rekha Sharma having her umbrella held by an assistant who's walking 2 steps behind her, says, Shazia, please note the language here. She says, because she's too busy holding up her boss's pajamas. This is the exact word. She says, because she is too busy holding up, the graphics on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, because she is too busy holding up her boss's pajamas, says the great Mahua Moitra, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the kind of language today that is being spoken by a person who's become the face of the India alliance, because she's too busy holding up her boss's pajamas. This matter is up to vote tonight. Shazia wants to speak first. Shazia on the verses. Shazia.
First of all, I'd like to say how disgraceful and utterly shameful Mahua Moitra's remarks were. It's very obvious that she's completely unhinged and a very disturbed person. To say something like this about another woman, I think all of us are up in arms and outraged, because this is what she thinks of women. Is this what her opinion of women is? And you know, as a woman, I'm not just a BJP spokesperson. I'm a woman in public life, and I've worked hard to get here. And to say and to you know, the slur that she's used against women, that she's holding up her boss's pajamas. Is she insinuating that this is what it takes to get somewhere?
That's what.
So
what
I
is
think
she,
it's. I think it's a huge. I think, and Mahua can say she can speak for herself, or maybe her party members, but she can't speak about other women in this way. You know, maybe what works for her doesn't work for others. So she cannot get away by saying something like this, that, you know, she was holding her boss's pajamas. I think it's such a terrible way. And Mahua is you were calling her a feminist, a liberal. I mean, she's the most sexist, feudal, entitled woman, you know, who has no decency, even in her political discourses, and she runs down other women. You know, she's hit a new low. And I think this is totally unpardonable. And any woman who's out there in public life should be totally outraged by Mahua Moitra's remarks. And what does she mean? You know, she was responding to, like you said, an ex-journalist's remarks.
Should Mahua apologize, not will.
Hold the umbrella.
Should.
So imagine, and I've written in my Twitter handle. So by Mahua not holding umbrella, does that insinuate that she's holding on to some boss's pajamas? I mean, what kind of logic is this? I know you hate Modi ji. I know you hate BJP. But will you become so vulgar and uncouth and outright cheap?
I think I'll change the question, which is very weak, to should Mahua apologize for her vulgar tweet? Should Mahua apologize for a vulgar tweet? We'll run the poll again, because if you ask me, will she? She won't. Because there's another picture here. You see this person, the other picture I'm showing on screen, when she entered politics, she came on a program with me once. And she did this. The problem, Orko, that you people have encouraged this behavior. You come on my program very often, and she's very proud of the moment that she showed a finger. And you people have supported her for this. She talks in a cheap, vulgar way. She shows the finger.
Do I get to respond uninterrupted?
She uses the word HARAA dash 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 dash. HAR dash 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 dash. Horrible, terrible Hindi gali. Some other behavior of her is on the screen, viewers.
I mean, how dare she?
I mean, how dare she?
How dare she?
Exactly.
And why does she get away with this?
Well, Arnab, am I supposed to respond?
Yes,
and
you
I
are
get an
supposed to now, but
chance
so that
to do so?
I'm just telling you what she's done, right? Don't take pride in this kind of stuff.
No, let me just respond to you. But before I respond, I would like to be reminded of 2nd October 2012. It was Gandhi Jayanti, and somebody wrote, Narendra Modi, a deaf and mute person whose life revolves around mentally challenged women. Narendra Modi was the sitting chief minister of a state, and a woman was disgraced. People who have mental issues were disgraced, and this is none other than Rekha Sharma. 2015, she comes up and says Sonia Gandhi should go to mental asylum. Thereafter, she goes ahead and says that Zee Zindagi is a channel which is a Muslim channel, and Muslim marriage ads are going on.
Do you support her language?
Arko, as the chief of the National Women Commission,
in the given context,
in the given context, 400 tweets.
In the given context, Arko, I repeat my question to you.
Please let me complete.
No, but I have a question for you. One minute. But my question is, my question is,
let my word go.
Yeah, your word will go. But you cannot come with a premeditated reply to your own question. You have to answer my question. My question is, do you support when she says she's too busy? Put the picture. Put the picture. Put the graphic up. Put the graphic up. Do you support this language? The language on the screen.
This person is absolutely misfit in any social and any proper gathering. Rekha sir, I am making a very clear point. I am not here to defend what Mahua Moitra has.
No, you are defending it.
In her
you are defending it right now.
You are
defending it.
No.
You are defending a comment. Put the comment on television. Put the graphics up there. You're supporting it.
And I think it is shameful. No, he's justifying a vulgarity.
Chief Minister,
he's saying it's all right to speak of other women this way. Because somebody said this somewhere. So Mahua Moitra,
who have
MP,
mental health issues.
an MP will tweet and say that she's holding somebody else's some boss's
Women Commission.
I mean, how she's
my question tonight is. My question
from
tonight is this. See, one minute. Just okay, Arko. Thank you for that. Now, I hope that you will allow me to ask a question, and I hope and pray that you will answer the question. Viewers, I put the picture up again. I want to show the graphics first, where she says she's too busy holding up her boss's pajamas, a clear sexual innuendo, a dirty, disgraceful, cheap, vexatious, frustrated, malicious, kind of misogynistic comment where she says that she's too busy holding up her boss's pajamas. There was a drizzle and someone was holding an umbrella there. Now there is an image of Mahua Mitra with one of her henchmen holding an umbrella. Shazi, I'll show that. Let's show that on TV now, viewers. Now what if someone were to say the same thing to her? What if someone were to say the same thing to her? Oh my God, heavens would have fallen. Sexist, misogynistic, feminist, Sanghi, this, that article in an international paper. Now, if someone were to say that to her, why could she not hold the umbrella herself? If a person was to say that to her, Orko, would you have supported that as well? Now, look at another image of Mamata Banerjee also, because the comment being made, Mamata Banerjee is also having a security man or someone hold the umbrella for her while she's holding a mic. Tell me, Orko, tell me, you're a Bhadralok.
I mean,
you want to, no, one minute, Shahzad, do you want to support this language? Has it come down to this, that on television you will say, okay, she should have said it?
Clear, but you have to allow me to speak. You cannot choose my sentence.
No, but
You have
reply
allow me
to my
complete
question.
the sentence. I am being very clear on this. You have to
support
allow me
her
to reply.
language.
I know it is difficult for you, but if
No, but I know it's difficult for you to answer my question. It's frightfully difficult.
I am making a very clear point
Why can't
here.
you answer my question? Do you support
No,
her language?
absolutely, it
Do you
is not
support her
difficult
language?
for me to
Do you
answer.
support her words?
But because
No, you
because
can't
they are
find a
not
left
allowing
and
me
right way to
answer.
swerve it. First time I allowed you. Second time I'm catching you. Do you? No, I'm
words.
catching you second time. My question is, do you support
No, you are not
her
catching me
language?
at all, but
Do
you
you
are not
support her
allowing me to say.
language?
I believe people who
Orko,
can
do
see
you
will
support her
understand.
language?
You have to
People
allow
are
me to
watching.
complete my
Are
sentence.
do you support her language? Do you not understand my simple
I
English?
am not in a court of law where you can ask me a question in the witness box. You have to take my answer as my answer is.
But your
And you have
answer
to
has
allow
been
me to
answer to a
complete my
question
answer.
of
That's
mine.
it.
Do you support her language? That she's too busy holding up her boss's pajamas.
But you are not interested to hear.
I am interested, provided you answer the
not
question
interested to
and not
hear.
run away from
Let
the
us
question. Come on now.
Let us. I am not running away. I
You
am
are.
saying you are not interested to hear me.
I am interested. Let's see if you answer. Let's see if you answer.
No.
Let's see.
You have
I'm
to
waiting.
allow me to speak.
I'm allowing you, but answer.
Let this
Answer.
be very clear. I started by saying that Mohua Mitra, whatever words she has used in the tweet of somebody else's tweet, I am not here to defend it. It is not my duty to defend it.
Is it vulgar?
I believe
You support
any
vulgarity.
words of
Answer,
any,
Shazia. Avoiding it,
uncourtesy
avoiding
words
it, man,
to
avoiding it.
anybody,
Okay, I have a
anywhere.
Come on.
You know,
My
no,
good
I am
friend
not.
here,
I am
sir,
not. You are not listening to me. I am making a point
I want to
very
ask
clear.
you,
You
I just want to have
cannot
a small
use
question.
any
Do you think the party should take any
uncourteful
action
word
against her?
against anybody.
Do you know this
wherever
is a
the
woman
platform
chief
is.
minister we're looking
But
at.
I would like to
We're
thank
talking
you
about
for
graphic in the
your
middle,
graphic in the
one
And
thing,
you know why
that
there's
because
this
of
one
her,
both sides.
we are
Because a
discussing
woman
Rekha
got beaten
Sharma
up.
and her past.
This is how
the past of Rekha
Mahua
Sharma has
will
been
talk
discussed on
about
the national
the
television. That
head
is
of
extremely
National Commission
important.
for
It
Women.
has to be
And the way
discussed.
Swati
We have to
Maliwal,
see who is
the
heading
head
the
of
National
Delhi
Women
for Women
Commission
will get
under any
beaten up
circumstances.
and subjected to such terrible remarks, which are disgusting, lewd, filthy,
Lewd.
sexist,
Vulgar.
I mean,
Completely vulgar.
What are you trying to say? And don't you think she should be suspended for this?
When
Will you
Mohua
party-
Mitra,
and you know,
in the name
Mahua
of
has
the
even
ethics
deleted
committee,
the tweet.
was being
Is
heckled
she
and
proud of
harassed,
this?
there was no
Is she
discussion
proud
to
of this
that effect.
vulgarity?
But the people of India
I mean, you know,
discussed it,
because she's a woman,
and
she should
they
get away with it.
rejected each and every one of the ethics committee from parliament. They barred the people from the ethics committee from coming to the parliament.
Graphics.
That is the strength of the democracy. The Bharatiya Janata Party has
Why?
forgotten
No, why are you
the
running
lesson
away
they have
from the
been taught on the
conversation?
4th of June. It is
आप
not
क्यों
just
कर रहे हो
4th of
बात?
July.
भाई,
Within a month,
इसकी
they
बात
have
कीजिए ना.
forgotten the
Don't
lesson.
talk about everything else. No. You will don't run hither and thither. Come back to the topic and talk about what Mahua tweeted and still have not had the
I
decency
am in the
to
topic,
tweet,
ma'am. I am
to
absolutely
erase or
in the
delete.
topic. But the
Do you know
difficulty
that?
is when
She
you
has still
discuss
not
one
deleted it.
topic,
Isn't
you
it
choose
shameful?
not to hear, not
You
to
think
see
it's all
any
right?
Make a sacred break or not?
You
She
have
is
to
accusing,
see the
she's
scenario at
accusing
large.
Rekha ji
It cannot
of
be pick and
holding up her
choose.
boss's pajamas.
No,
Who talks
I need
like
to
that?
take it now.
I mean, who talks like
What
that?
Rekha ji spoke
Least of all a woman.
spoke about Narendra Modi.
I don't know.
Why are you
Least of all a
people?
woman.
Why have you people
Narendra
appointed such a
Modi.
person as the
But there's a
chairperson of the
limit,
National Women Commission,
There's- you know,
who says
have-
that your prime ministerial
it sounds-
candidate in
you know, your
2012
hatred sounds
was a deaf
insane.
mute person
You've gone to a
surrounded by
crazy
many
Now there is a
women.
picture.
What is this?
There is a picture
What's
of
the
Mahua
age?
Moitra.
In years.
There's a guy wearing a mask who was carrying an umbrella for her. The pictures are on the screen. My question is to you, Orko.
You will say
Orko, my question to you goes thus.
Parliamentarian.
My question to Orko goes thus.
When she uses unparliamentary language in the parliament, surely outside the parliament, she would continue to use unparliamentary language. But this is a new low by all standards.
I
But
have
bosses,
image after
pajamas, who
image
talks
after
like
image,
that?
ladies and
You
gentlemen.
know, if she
No.
was in an office, Arnab, if she was in any corporate office, she would have been sacked for using this language. You know, these committees like posh committees, they are for this. We all have fought so hard for women to get dignity at a place of work. Not for this. Rubbish.
You guys,
Nonsense.
you know, Orko,
No, women have worked
the small gains the
And
India
we
Alliance
talk about-
made, and the gains that have been made here will be lost in this kind of behavior. I would just like to give you one more chance because there's so much anger against your take here, against you personally right now for the views that you are showing on the program, for your open support to vulgarity by the Trinamool Congress Member of Parliament, use
Why
of
didn't
vulgar
Derek
words.
O'Brien come there?
I think we give him one more chance,
And why
Shazia.
didn't Sandhya Ghosh
We should
come
give him
there?
one more chance.
I will not take the
One more chance.
responsibility
Of
of
Kalyan
what
Banerjee?
I will not take the responsibility of what Mahua Moitra has said.
Oh, now you're getting
It
defensive.
is not my responsibility.
Now he wants-
But
no.
I will thank Mahua Moitra.
For
thanking
using this
Mahua
language.
Moitra because
For using
of her,
this language.
we are discussing the past of Rekha Sharma.
No, we are
who
not.
is sitting
We are
in the
not. No,
chair
we are
of the
not.
National
No, we are
Women
not.
Commission
We are
and doing
discussing-
You have a
everything
problem
else
with the
other
specific
than the
comment
work
tonight.
the National
Talk
Women
about
Commission
this.
We are
is supposed to do.
discussing
Don't
the
run away.
specific comment
Don't
tonight.
obfuscate.
No, it has to be
Stay on
discussed.
track.
We are
You
discussing
have
the
to
specific
discuss
comment
the
tonight
character. You have
that
to
your
discuss the nature. You have to
member of
discuss
parliament, I will not
words
call
of
her
Rekha
honorable
Sharma, the
here,
chief
has
of the
said
National
that
Women Commission,
the
and what
president
she
of the
did
National
before she
Commission
was
of Women
made the
is
National
busy
Women
holding up her
Commission chief.
boss's pajamas. Who is she referring to? Who is she referring to?
No,
Who is she referring to?
Why don't Rekha Sharma come up and say that who is the boss?
Who is she referring
because
to?
the boss of the National Women Commission, if I'm not wrong, Rekha Sharma is supposed to report to the president. And the president is a woman.
And you,
Why
and you,
Rekha Sharma
this is a, so you're now
scared
abusing
about
the
what-
president.
whom she
So
thinks
you're now
is
abusing
her
the
boss.
president. You're taking it too far.
No,
You are now,
absolutely not.
you're
I
now
am
abusing the
asking-
president.
I
Your
am
party has made
asking
racist
who-
remarks
whom
on the
does,
president
you know,
earlier.
whom
What's wrong
does
with you
the-
guys?
Whom does
First you
Rekha
abuse the
Sharma
prime
think
minister.
when you
Then you
try to
abuse the
cover up
president.
this, right?
Why
When
Rekha
you try to
Sharma
cover
is
up
taking it
this,
in that manner?
you know, you
Who is
get-
Rekha
you get
Sharma's
filth
boss
on your
according
face.
to Rekha Sharma?
Because you are
Does
trying.
Rekha Sharma
You know,
think
that's
that any
what is happening
political
right now.
master is her boss?
I
Then
need-
You are
perhaps she has
trying to-
forgotten the
this is what you're
responsibilities
doing.
of the National Women Commission chairman.
You know, and I think the vulgarity exposed by Mahua Moitra, not for the first time, bad language, bad behavior, and here talking about a woman, and in this sexist, disgusting insinuating and suggesting that she's
You know, problem is-
holding a boss's pajamas
Yeah.
has taken her where she is. I
And you-
mean, what is she saying? And it's so disempowering for any woman to hear this, for anybody out there. This is a slap on every woman's face who's worked hard to get where she is. And we will not allow Mahua to get away from this. Is this how Mahua thinks women get ahead? That they have to hold bosses' pajamas? Who is she speaking for? Who is she speaking for? She should make it clear. She can speak for herself. We don't care. But should she talk about other women in this manner?
Ladies,
Not everybody has the same modus operandi. And Mahua should know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Shazi Almi. I'm taking a break from this debate. There are strong views. I want to tell you 91% of the people feel that this vulgarity should be followed by an apology, but that's expecting too much.